I get to the corner right there. There's about 5 or 6 people running. One of them is in a high school.
A teenage boy bleeding out on the pavement and a crowd of witnesses still in shock.
He turns around, runs back to the alley, gets in a silver Altima, and takes off down the street.
Jay was awesome. He was a clown, loved to laugh, loved his family, was raised with morals and ethics, and had dreams for his life.
But my brother would never do this. He knows how I feel about Jay. He knows how that would crush me. And which brother? My younger brother? Your younger brother? What's this name? Angelo.
Later, witnesses told police that Baldonado's mother was the one who set up the fight and the one who pulled the trigger, and she set her son up to take the blame.
You're making me upset. You're telling me that my family did it when I know they didn't. My mom understood that if anything were to happen to him, I would not talk to any of them ever again.
A 16-year-old boy lies dead in an alley. His pregnant girlfriend is 17, and the person who pulled the trigger was sitting at the family dinner table that same night. This is a story about how a mother's love became a son's prison sentence and a daughter's nightmare. March 2022, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just after 11 in the morning, a 911 call sends police racing toward an alley behind Lindy's Diner downtown. What they find is chaos. A teenage boy bleeding out on the pavement and a crowd of witnesses still in shock. 2 young men had squared up for a fistfight, then shots cracked through the air. The shooter wasn't even one of the fighters. He just walked up, fired, and ran. And he wasn't alone.
I get to the corner right there. There's about 5 or 6 people running. One of them is in a high school graduation gown. All but one of them run into this high school. He turns around, runs back to the alley, gets in a silver Altima, and takes off down the street.
Could you tell, was it a newer model Altima?
Older, probably pre-2010.
And what did he look like?
So he was maybe a light-skinned black male. Pretty fair skin though. He had a beard.
A high school graduation gown, a group running together. Already, this is starting to look less like a random shooting and more like something planned, something familiar, something almost familial.
She said, so she says she's seen a group of kids with cap and gowns on. Only one. And she just felt like something was going to happen.
I knew something was going to happen.
It just didn't look right?
It didn't feel right because I live here and there's...
Officers move closer to the victim. He's wearing an apron, not a costume, a work apron. He's an employee at the diner, just steps away.
Just real quickly, I kind of spoke to that other officer, so my understanding is you guys didn't actually witness anything, but you do have some information on our victim here, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I just, he was at work. And then he hadn't been around for, 20 minutes, a half an hour and stuff, and I went looking for him. Where is he? Because he'll, sometimes he sends him to the store or to go make a delivery someplace and stuff, so I thought, did he go make a delivery? We were ready to open back here, and he's supposed to be going back and forth. He does dishes, but we're trying to train him to do some of this stuff back here. And it was that's his MO. He always just disappears.
And so you guys are both employees here?
No, we own the restaurant.
You guys own the restaurant. Okay, my apologies.
His name was Josue Ruiz. To his coworkers, he was just Jay, 16 years old, a high schooler, picking up shifts, trying to grow up faster than he had to, because Jay had a secret reason to grow up fast. But before detectives find that out, they need to find his family.
Somebody has got to get a hold of his grandfather.
Okay, his grandfather?
Yeah.
He works at where?
Johnny Montoya. He works at... They live over here. He took the kid in. I mean, I think they're close. I don't know.
Terry, is that something that you could coordinate with them on? Okay.
I mean, I'm sure the apartment knows how to get a hold of. He must have some work information and stuff.
In case of emergency forms?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
No, the kid just started working.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Jay didn't live with his parents. He lived with his grandfather, Johnny Montoya, a regular at the very diner where Jay worked his shifts. And it was Johnny the police would have to break the news to.
That's what we're here for, is we're here to try to figure out what happened and try to do the best we can by ourselves, most likely. He's your grandson, is that correct? Okay. Do you know where his parents? Yeah, we'll just let. So, like I said, those other detectives will be in touch with you. Are you going to hang out here at Mickey's?
He was involved with something, but I could never get the truth from him. I could never get the truth from him.
Involved with something. That's the first crack in the story. Johnny couldn't say what, only that something wasn't right in his grandson's world. But Jay wasn't there to explain himself anymore. So detectives turned to the next best thing, the people who were standing in that alley when the gun went off.
Quick, before we kind of continue, were you all together?
Yeah.
Where were you guys at exactly?
We were all opening our doors to the car.
Yeah.
So you were in the vehicle together?
Yeah, we were outside. Yeah. When we heard the gunshot, we were outside. And we were opening the doors to get in the car when we heard the loud.
Were you leaving from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you happen to come to school here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you mind if I talk to... How old are you? 17. 17? And your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we actually talk to you two separately, and I can maybe talk to you?
Yeah.
Or vice versa, I can talk to them if you want to. Are you sister or?
That's my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, daughter and son.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we'll just go and separate you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Splitting them up was a strategy. Memories get clearer when people aren't checking each other's faces before they speak.
Yeah, basically everything happened so fast. I don't know to get in the car or run to school, so I got in the car just to duck her. And then we couldn't get the stroller in the car, undo it fast enough. So I just ran in here to the school.
So you went, you kind of went to the vehicle at first, just for a little shelter.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't get the stroller situated.
Yeah, I couldn't get the stroller in, so I just ran into the school with her.
With the rest of your family?
Yeah, we all ran.
Okay.
So I was opening it, my door's open, I hear the gunshot go off, I see the birds, and I just get in the car and close the door.
Different witnesses, different angles, but one detail kept repeating. A gold car, an older sedan, speeding away from the alley. Meanwhile, back at the diner, Jay's grandfather drops a piece of information that changes everything.
Yeah, over there at my apartment, and
His
she's
girlfriend's
pregnant.
at your apartment right now?
Yeah, he called me this morning and told me, hey, you're going to be a great grandpa, is what he told me. So.
No kidding. Who's his girlfriend?
Elizabeth, I think it's Maldonado.
She's at your apartment
right now, yeah.
A pregnancy, a 16-year-old soon to be a dad, and a girlfriend who, just hours ago, was making prenatal appointments, completely unaware her boyfriend was about to take his last breath in an alley. Detectives head straight to her.
Do you mind if we come in here? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm not gonna shut it up. I'm just gonna shut it a little bit. How are you? Not good. Not good? No. Did he already tell you? Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry that you're lost. And again, I don't know who told you that. Do you have a picture of Josue?
Yeah, I have several pictures.
Yeah, can I see them?
She's 17, pregnant, and the man whose baby she's carrying is gone. But while Detective Anna sits with her, something else happens in the apartment. Elizabeth's mother shows up, out of nowhere. That detail is going to matter later. For now, Anna just listens.
Okay, so let's start with today. What did you guys do today?
He took a shower at 8 o'clock. He was getting ready to go to work at 10. He left around 9:50 something. I was making appointments today because we found out that I am pregnant, and he told me to. Well, he was texting me still until at least around 12 o'clock. And then he stopped answering me for a few hours.
And he was texting you
on Messenger.
On Messenger? Like Facebook?
Yeah.
Let me check exactly what time he left to sleep. It was at 11:11. That's when he texted me the last. What did he say?
11:11. The shooting happened around 11:20. That's less than 10 minutes between Jay's last "I love you" and a bullet in an alley. He was barely an hour into his shift. So why did he leave the diner? Turns out, Jay wasn't running an errand. He was walking into a fight.
This morning, him and my brother were supposed to box it out because this has nothing to do with this at all. My brother and him just don't get along. They bump heads very much. But my brother would never do this. He knows how I feel about Jay. He knows how that would crush me.
And which brother?
My younger brother.
Your younger brother? What's his name?
Angelo Baldonado, 16 years old, Elizabeth's little brother, and according to her, just there to throw hands, nothing more. But when detectives pulled Jay's messages from the night before, the picture gets darker, because Angelo wasn't the one who set this fight up. The orchestrator was a 49-year-old woman, his own mother, Elizabeth Ortiz-Chavez.
You guys could use that conference room? Here, walk me through.
Appreciate you.
Detectives track Angelo down at his job at Slapfish across town. He admits the fight was planned. He admits he was supposed to be there. He claims it never actually happened. And mid-interview, guess who walks in and shuts the whole thing down? His mom. Elizabeth Ortiz-Chavez plays the "he's a minor" card and pulls her son out. Convenient, especially because she's already told the police something strange. Her gold Toyota, it broke down that morning, and she just left it on the side of the road. Detectives aren't buying it, so they sit her down.
If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering until you talk to an attorney. Do you understand that?
I believe so, yeah.
I have some more questions about your car, okay? Because the car is not where you're saying you left it at. Okay?
Somebody stole my car.
That's why I'm talking to you. I want to know.
So I have to call my car was stolen.
So here's the thing, okay? So I believe your car was used in today's homicide. Okay?
You're lying to me.
No, I am not. Okay, so if you don't tell me who had your car,
I don't know.
It's your car.
I left my car at the side of the road.
Okay.
I didn't lend my car to nobody.
And did you leave it on the side of the road right next to your house?
No, I live quite a ways from, what's it called, Wyoming, and Moon is where my house is, in between those streets.
Okay.
And Pennsylvania's a ways.
Okay, so it's not right by your house?
No.
The math isn't mathing. Her car broke down miles from home in the exact area where a 16-year-old just got shot. Anna pushes harder.
Did you shoot?
No, I didn't. No. He's a kid. He's a baby.
I know, but somebody did.
But no. I have no reason to do anything.
Okay, so then you leave your car, right? You leave your car, you walk back home, and then at 1:37, it takes you to the laundromat. At 2:20, you come back, and then obviously all this is going on, right?
I'm sorry, I just completely zoned out on everything. I'm just put off that.
Okay. So, and again, I am recording. I am going to remind you that there is video surveillance footage in that alley.
I heard you.
I'm going to find out.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for, and I mean, it might be ready. I don't know because I've been here interviewing everybody, but I do have officers there trying to pull the video surveillance. So I am going to find out what happened, being that you bring up your car and it matches the description that I was given.
What do you mean?
There was witnesses.
Okay,
there's witnesses in the area. There's there's a school there. I don't know if you know that.
I was not there.
Okay, but I'm telling you, your car was.
She conveniently zones out the second the murder question comes up, but Anna wasn't bluffing. Cameras in that alley caught everything.
Once the shot happens, the people loading the vehicle react. So it's the individual walks the vehicle somewhere right here.
Yeah, so he just walked to the passenger side.
And they react.
The gold Toyota, caught on tape, matching her car, matching the witness descriptions, matching the exact timeline of Jay's last message. But video alone isn't enough. They can't see faces. They can't prove she pulled the trigger. So detectives let her walk, for now, and quietly start pulling phones, messages, and cell tower pings. Angelo's phone ends up being a gold mine. It places him in that alley at the exact moment of the murder, and the messages between Jay and Elizabeth in the days leading up, they suggest Jay knew this wasn't just going to be fists. 3 weeks later, Elizabeth Baldonado, still pregnant, still grieving, gets brought downtown.
In your phone, you're talking about guns. And who has guns? You're also talking about... There's also a conversation that you ask Josue if he wants to buy drugs off of... for him to sell. I'm not making that up. It's from your phone, and I
know it's in there. I know
Josue bought a gun, and that gun disappeared.
He didn't buy a gun.
Yes, he did.
When?
It's on your phone messages.
He didn't buy a gun. He didn't even take a gun.
Okay, so what went missing?
What are you talking about? What went missing?
Literally, after he says he's gonna get that gun that day, you guys start talking about something missing.
Anna can feel her circling, protecting somebody, so she pushes on the one thing she knows Elizabeth can't deny. Who set up that fight?
You made it seem like Josue, Jay, is the one that planned the whole fighting with.
He wanted to fight.
Right.
He wanted to do it.
He reaches out to you, asks you to ask your mom, so then you ask your mom and your mom sets it up.
No, actually, he called after he asked.
Okay.
If you look at the messages, actually, he asks, and I don't remember what I tell him, but then he calls and he asks my mom.
But you helped him set it up.
No, I didn't. I did not, because I would not want them to fight.
Okay.
I hate fighting as it is.
Okay. So. Alright, so then he tells you, you're like, yep, reach out to my mom. Then your mom sets up the fight.
They did. Both of them. Not me or my mom. You are...
You don't have to be upset with me. It's things I'm seeing on
You're
the phone.
making me upset. You're telling me that my family did it when I know they didn't. My mom understood that if anything were to happen to him, I would not talk to any of them ever again.
She just turned 18 days before this interview, grieving her boyfriend, carrying his baby, living under the same roof as the woman detectives believe killed him, and she's defending her. Either she truly doesn't know, or she does, and she's terrified of losing the only family she has left. 2 months have passed. Then Anna shows up at the front door unannounced. This time, she's after the older brother, Gilbert Ortiz-Chavez, the one who threatened Jay on Facebook.
What's your name, brother?
My name's Gilbert. Oh, hi, Gilbert. How are you? Who else is in the house? Do you mind if I... Just your sister? Is Elizabeth here too?
Elizabeth, my little sister. You want me to go get her?
Yeah, she knows who I am. Can I actually talk to you, Gilbert? Okay, this is about Elizabeth's boyfriend's death. You know what it's about, so let's not play games today, okay?
Okay, I'll pay you back. Let me grab that for you.
No, it's my card. It's alright. Okay, I know. Again, Gilbert. I know you know why I'm here.
Yeah, now I do.
Okay.
Come on.
So, tell me what you know.
Like I said, I just moved here. Like,
I'm not gonna play games with you, okay? I know you threatened to take care of Josue.
Yeah, but I didn't. I wasn't even up here. I couldn't even do nothing.
Okay, so obviously you do know why I'm here and why I'm talking to you now. So now that we got that out of the way, I already saw the Facebook. So
do whatever. I'll tell you that right now. So you can do whatever I can do. So.
Okay, so.
I'm innocent.
Okay, so again, in your Facebook, you do disclose and say you're gonna send somebody to take care of me.
Yeah,
but did I send anybody?
So, well, who'd you send? Because he died.
I didn't send nobody.
Do I need to be any clearer? He died.
I know he died. You guys just told me that.
Well, you know because that's Elizabeth's...
Yeah, but I didn't send nobody.
Baby daddy.
Ain't nobody want to do it. They're all scared.
2 days before the murder, Gilbert had threatened on Facebook that if he ever saw Jay would catch one, street talk for a bullet. But Gilbert insists he wasn't the trigger man, and weirdly, his story holds up.
A homicide in which you threatened to kill my victim.
So you're gonna take my phone?
Yes. You take your phone, I'm gonna do a warrant on it.
All I gotta say is just don't take a picture, you know what I'm saying, unless you want to see something, but it's a whole lot of something.
Okay. Well, I won't look at pictures, but I am interested in who you've been talking to, text messages and so on, so I am gonna do a warrant on it, okay?
Because in a private message to her brother, Elizabeth Baldonado was already trying to clean things up. She begged him to delete their messages, told him not to breathe a word about her saying she was going to shoot Jay. She swore up and down it wasn't her, that she wasn't about to deal with cops over this. And then, almost without thinking, she let one sentence slip that told detectives everything they needed to know. She said she knew it wasn't Gibby. She even threw in a worry about Elizabeth's baby growing up with nobody to take care of him, like she was already bracing for somebody in that family to go down. And that one line, "I know it wasn't Gibby," is the thread that unravels her. Because if she knows for a fact it wasn't Gibby, then she knows who it actually was. She's protecting somebody, just not him. So who's left? Anna catches the mother before she can disappear.
So, you know what? Here. Okay? I don't gotta repeat myself. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to play
but
games.
This is that confirmation number from when I had called, because I called that same evening, and nobody ever came by to look what's
You didn't report your car.
I did. This is it. Yes, it is.
I already know.
Okay, you know what, lady? I'm not trying to be with you, but this is the confirmation number that I
So why did you set up a fight between Angelo, Deshaun, Jawan, and Josue?
No.
Yes, you did.
No. The little boy called over. He called to the house. He was asking for a fight. I was like, wait a minute. Well, you want to do what? I was like, are you serious? It was either that or they wanted to sit there and do some stupid things. I'm not trying to have stupid things go on between those boys. Those boys need to learn how to get along.
Okay. So again, I've gathered phones, and based off of everybody's phone, not just Josue's phone, you were gonna set up a fight. You said you didn't, and you didn't want to, but the fight was gonna happen.
He said, well, come over in the morning. I was like, wait a minute, come over in the morning. And my son, Angelo, told me like this. He goes, Mom, I'm not gonna fight him. He goes, I'm not trying to get into a fight. He goes, I have more respect for my sister than that. And that's how that went down.
A nice little story, except Jay's own text messages sent that very morning tear it apart. Hours before he was killed, Jay was venting to a friend that nobody had shown up. He said there were supposed to be at least 4 of them. He said the mom had told him 8 o'clock, and now it was past 9. He called her family a bunch of cowards, and buried in that frustration was the sentence that would outlive him. He said her mom was supposed to bring everyone who was looking for him that morning to fight. It was already 9:08, and they still hadn't come. Her mom was supposed to bring everyone, in Jay's own words, hours before a bullet ended his life. The mother, the orchestrator, the woman who'd been smiling through every interview, lying about broken down cars and laundromat runs. Anna goes back one more time to talk to Elizabeth Baldonado, the daughter still caught in the middle.
How you been, Elizabeth? Still pregnant? Yeah. How far along are you? You know what makes me believe that you weren't involved? That you're the one who told me that they were planning to fight that day and that your brother and his friends didn't show up. You're the one who told me that Gilbert had threatened Josue, right?
But my brother Gibby wouldn't have done anything because...
Okay, well, hear me out, okay? So that's why I have no reason to believe you were involved. However, being that you've been living here makes me believe that you already know. There's no way you living here and you don't know what happened. There's no way.
I don't. I really don't.
You're not going to change my mind because...
A month later, June 15th, 2022, detectives return, but this time with a search warrant. They tear the house apart, and finally, after 3 long months, they have enough. Angelo Baldonado, 16 years old, is arrested for the murder of Josue Ruiz, the wrong person, but nobody knows it yet.
Angelo, because you are a minor, I am gonna read you your rights And
that's why I want my mom here. That's me. I know you had questions or something. If I wasn't like going to talk to my mom about.
So you want your mom here while I read you your rights as well?
Yeah, I want her for the whole thing.
He waits for his mom, the same mom who let him take the fall. He's booked into the Bernalillo County Juvenile Detention Center, charged with open murder. And from inside that jail, the recorded phone calls between Angelo and his mother start telling a very different story than the one she'd been selling the cops. His mother starts in with the usual, "You don't understand that your mother is trying," and he cuts her off. He tells her she's the one who doesn't understand the system. She pushes back, insists she does, and he keeps hammering, not trying to be rude, just trying to make her hear him, and that's when she says it. She tells her 16-year-old son, sitting in a cell wearing a county jumpsuit, that it's not really simple when you're disrespected, and your mother was just trying to fend for her life. Angelo doesn't even flinch. He tells her nothing she says adds up. He tells her every word out of her mouth is just adding time to his sentence. That line, "Your mother was just trying to fend for her life," that's not a mother comforting her son. That's a confession dressed up as self-defense. She just told him she did it, and it gets worse. A few calls later, she's rambling about needing to figure out who she can talk to about particular things, reminding Angelo he's too young to really get it. Angelo asks why his older brother Gibby has been looking so down lately, and for once, she answers honestly. She tells Angelo that Gibby is heartbroken, and he snapped at her and demanded to know why his little brother was sitting in jail if he didn't do it. And when Angelo asks what she told Gibby, she says she told him the truth, finally couldn't carry it anymore. His little brother was sitting in a juvenile cell for something she did. So Gibby did the one thing his mother never had the courage to do. He told the truth, not to the police, not to a lawyer, to a friend on Facebook, not knowing those messages were about to crack the entire case wide open. The friend asked Gibby a simple question, "Why is your brother locked up?" And Gibby finally let it out. He explained that his mom and his brother had gone to fight his sister's baby daddy because the guy had been beating her. He said when they got there, Jay tried to pull a gun, but he got hit before he could even get it out. And then Gibby said the part that changes everything. They put the murder on his brother. The friend asked why. Gibby explained that witnesses claimed it was Angelo, that there was video, and that the figure in the footage kind of looked like him, but really, all you could see was a big group, and then everyone scattering. That was all it took. A forensic analyst pulled those messages, and just like that, the woman who walked away from her car lied about a laundromat and let her own 16-year-old son rot in juvie for her crime was finally cornered. On March 25, 2023, Angelo Baldonado decided he wasn't going to take the fall any longer. He told the truth. On May 5, 2023, Elizabeth Ortiz-Chavez was charged with the murder of Josue Ruiz. She pleaded guilty.
An Albuquerque woman will spend 18 years behind bars for killing a 16-year-old boy, then trying to make her own teenage son take the fall.
She now faces up to 18 years in prison. If she gets the maximum, she'll walk out at 68 years old.
In January, Elizabeth Ortiz-Chavez pled guilty to second-degree murder for the death of 16-year-old Josue Ruiz.
Angelo, who chose to protect his mother before she chose to sacrifice him, is serving 4 years in juvenile detention. He'll be 21 when he gets out. And Elizabeth Baldonado? In November 2022, she gave birth to a baby boy, a son who will grow up hearing the story of how his father was murdered by the very grandmother who promised to keep their family together.